Well, hello everybody. Bill Thornton, SoCal Saber here. Well, today is like a special video. I have been asked what accessories do I have and use for my vinyl albums and CDs. And so I thought I'd just make this video. I've gathered them together and give you a little bit of history on it and of me on it and what I use currently and what I think about the products. Okay, so the first thing, I'm going to take you back to the 70s, the 80s, and just about everybody, including me, that had a turntable in those days, owned this, the dishwasher set. This was the only thing I used to clean my vinyl back in the day. I still got it. I don't know if I should use it or not, to tell you the truth, but anyway, it comes with a nice brown here, instructions on the side of which way to point it. And what you would do is you would take a little bottle of this D4 liquid and you would put drops along that edge. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I'd normally put 4 or 5 drops in there. And then I used to just do this to make sure that it's in there. Then I would put it at, as the album is spinning, I would put it on there at an angle so that it would go, the vinyl would go under this way, it would go until everything got wet. And then I would slowly rotate it back up this way to dry it off. And it did really, really, really good stuff back in the day. And I haven't tried it lately. I might try it again. This is for handy storage in that. See the little end down there? There used to be a little stylish brush in there too. I don't know what happened to that. Not in the box. But anyway, that was my dishwasher for my vinyl. Back in the days, I still have it. In fact, when I first started getting back into albums, then I brought it out, but I wasn't sure I wanted to use it. I've heard that that company went out of business because the cleaning material, the D4 material, which I have another big bottle of it still left, was determined to be hazardous to people, and so they had to take it out of there. I see another thing on. If you do some research now, there's another D4 out. I don't know if it's by the same company. I haven't looked into that as yet. So that was the dishwasher from the 70s. I probably bought that in the late 70s when I was in Europe. Then as far as my CDs at that time, I got everything around here. I had this Maxell CD disc cleaner, CD lens cleaner. And it worked very, very well. Well, when I started getting back into music, 7, 8 years ago, whenever it was this time, one of my CD players is an Onkyo, and it's very old, and it was skipping and skipping. So I tried to clean the lens with this, and it didn't work. So I did a little bit of research, and I picked up a new one. This one here, which is made by the same company, but newer model. And this cleaned it off once. It worked fine, and then it's right back to doing the skipping. So I have to invest in a new CD player. I do have other things to play my CDs on, which I showed you in my videos of my system and that. So now I get back into albums and vinyl. So I think, well, I got to have something to clean the records with. So the first thing that I picked up was Groove Watcher. I watched a lot of videos and did a lot of research on the reports on Groove Watcher, and so I picked this set up. Okay, and then this set here, I always keep a microfiber cloth inside the box. This set included this little bag here. They have a stylus cleaner brush. And I use the stylus cleaner brush just about every time I play an album, but I don't use liquid on it that often. But this is the liquid you put on there to make a thorough clean. I just did a real thorough cleaning of it the other day. So it'll be like 4 or 5 albums. I'll do it again. So that's what's in the box. And then this here, this is a little round thing you put over the top of your record when you lay it down. I'll show you what I laid down on there to protect the label when you spray the cleaner on it. So what I went ahead and bought was I bought 2 of these mats here from Groove Washer. Yeah, they're nice looking things. These nice mats here, and I laid them the 2 out next to each other like this. Okay, and then I put the album on it, like side 1. I put this over the label. Then I take the bottle, and I give it quick shots, not soaking it, just couple, 3 or 4 shots around there. And then I take this brush here that comes with it. It's not as nice as the dishwasher brush, and I use one side. I go all the way around the album twice, and then I flip it over to get the another side, and then I go around the album once. Pick it up, turn the LP over, put it on the other mat, do the same side with side 2. Now I do that with new records. Okay, I do it with new records, and sometimes they come out of the boxes or out of the bags pretty dirty and so forth, and some of them are still on paper sleeves and that. So all new records get that quick little cleaning before they go on the turntable. All right, so now, I bought the new turntable. I've got an upgrade to the system too, because a lot of you see me that I do a lot of purchasing on Whatnot and buy some secondhand stores. So the next thing I bought was this here for the turntable. And this is a little gauge that you use, and it's very easy to use to see how your tracking force weight is on your turntable. Works pretty good. I haven't done it in a while. I'll have to check it out and see if I need any adjustments on that. So that was the one thing I bought during the turntable. I also bought, since I bought a Fluence 82, and I've done the upgrade. I've upgraded the platter to, oh boy, I can't think of the name now. Oh my gosh. And I upgraded the cartridge this last year. So, but I also, when I first bought it, I bought from Fluence, a record weight. It keeps the turntable the record nice and tight. And I also bought their static brush that I use before every cleaning. I put it down on there lightly, let it go one spin, and I turn it over so like the brushes are getting into the grooves to pick anything up, and then I pick it up, one spin through. And there goes, anybody win the thing today that Bill's phone would go off, make noises during this video? If you did, you won. Okay, so that was that. So I started buying from Whatnot, and I had been looking at these things earlier, but they were a little costly. And then all of a sudden, there was a sale. So I'm going to try it. It says I'm going to try this. So what the sale was for one of these. This is a spin clean machine. I think I got mine for about $70 on sale. This is what I use for every album that is used. Okay, like the ones I buy from Whatnot, or if I buy a used album from one of the record stores, or the ones in my that I haven't got to that were in my older collection that had never been used. Every one of them's getting them, because then they're all getting the sleeves too. This is a pretty cool system here. I'll see if I can get something out here without just destroying everything. Okay, there are 2 brushes. These 2 brushes, they go down right in the middle here. You can see where the little hook is. They're in there. Then there's the rollers, and you see you can adjust it for the different size albums that you're using. So you put them in there. Then you use this cleaning fluid. This is the big bottle. The little bottle comes with it, but I use it up the big bottle. And you dump 1 cap full of this onto the brushes so that it goes down through the brushes. Then you fill this up to the lines in there with distilled water. Okay, you put your album in there. It sits down. It does not, I mean, the labels are protected, but mostly. So then you take the album and you turn, they recommend three. Sometimes if it's an older album, I'll do four, but three full clockwise turns, then three full counterclockwise turns. Then I take the album out, I shake off a little bit of the dripping, and then I wipe it down with my bunch of Microsoft cloths that I got. I wipe it, I dry it down, flip it over, dry it down. Then I set it up. I got a little system that I use to let them dry another 5-10 minutes, something like that. Does a pretty good job, you know. And I've been looking at other things. I don't think I'll ever get into the ultrasonic cleaners. Even the one for I watched a video the other day with somebody was comparing this to that Vevor one, the low cost one that is going on sale. And at the end, he says he didn't feel that the difference in the price, the difference in the quality, was worthy of the price between the Spin Clean and the Devor one. So when I use this all the time, I'll use records. So last but not least, another thing I've been looking at now for several years, and this thing was out in the 70s and 80s, but I just didn't know about it, or I didn't pay attention to it at all. But I finally got this on sale for about $60 on Amazon, and this is the Milty Zero Stat Gun. Now, if you look out there on YouTube, you're going to find a lot of different videos about this and how to use it correctly and how not to use it and whether it's good, whether it's not. You know, I've looked at it. So I've developed my own system that I'm doing right now. Okay. I'm doing a handheld system where I handhold the album down there. I go about 12 inches up and I do one complete pull in and out, and then I do a second complete pull in and out, and then I play that out that side. Doesn't take very long to do that, and I am noticing a good result from this in how the albums sound. So I'm going to continue this. I'm just still in the test phases. I just did an album that I had originally rated as fair, and this got it up to VG, as far as the vinyl goes. So that is, you know, my accessories. You know, go down there and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Help the channel grow. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down there. I like to learn. I do not know everything. I'm not the smartest guy when it comes to equipment and so forth. So SoCal Saber saying, take care of yourselves out there. Be kind to each other. Stay safe.